afternoon, everybody. How's things? It's been, yeah, a bit of a busy morning today. Obviously, we're doing a lot of prep for this weekend because we're on Sewing Street tomorrow and, of course, Hobby Maker on Monday, so lots to be getting on with. But we're getting there, absolutely. And it's just nice to sit out and have a little bit of time to sit and do a tile. I'm actually, you might want to see it, I've actually got little Benji sat next to me today, so he's sleeping away and yeah, keeping me too warm. But here we go then, tile then, number 346, and here we go. I've got a bit of a different colour here, but yeah, we'll talk about that later. So I'm going to turn it over and let's have a look. Oh, new board as well. So I'm going to be starting to do a bit more tangling on that, so watch the space for that. So are we ready then? What do I have? I've got my regular pen, pencil, tortillon, and I've got my white chalk pencil, and I've also got my white gel pen. So whatever you want to use, you can choose any colour you like. You can ink it, do whatever you want to do with it. But let's get started, shall we? So here we go. It sort of almost mixes in with my board, doesn't it? Don't worry, here we go. I'm going to start in one of the corners, and I know we love this one. I do. I know we love it, or we love to hate it, but it's coming, okay? Take a deep breath. And what I'm going to do is work my way up towards the middle. So I'm going to come in and along and create a little curl on the top. Now, that's where we can stop at that point. Let's have a look. Oh, and see where, in context, it's sort of about the middle, isn't it? So it's not too small. So let's go back in and have a look at how we sort of go from here. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to come back on myself and create a little loop, okay? And then follow it back around. See, it's not too wide there. And see, sometimes you get to this, you think, oh, I'm going off a bit. Stop, it's absolutely fine. And then you can carry it on. You see, pick it up again. And along we go. I'm just going to round the edge off so it joins together. Okay. So at this point, again, I'm going to create an aura around this shape, but I'm not going to go in here. I'm going to sort of cut it off at this point. So I'm going to find it easier to start here and come on in and create that line first. And then if I turn it round, I can create this one. So it's always about what's the most comfortable for you. How do you feel about drawing lines towards you or away from you or horizontally? It all sort of depends on what makes it for you. Okay, so there we go, going around it. All right, so this little bit here, I'm going to come in and put a little aura inside that as well. Okay, and I think whilst I'm here, oh, do apologise. Whilst I'm here with that, I'm going to come in with my a thicker black pen. Whether you want to use the brush or whether you want to use a thicker pen, I'm going to fill that in so it's easy that I can see it's done. Okay, and then looking at the space on the inside here, I can add a few little dots in there just to that, so it's not the original. See, that's the original shape there. This is actually in the middle bit of that little space. So I'm going to do another one of those. Let's just move out a little bit, and I'm going to come in this way this time. So similar place, up and around. So it's going to go slightly underneath, and then create that little hook shape and then bring it back round. So there's my main shape, and I'm not going to do anything in there. See, that's where that plain one is there. That's this one here. And again, I'm going to create an aura around that shape, but I'm not going to go up in here. See, I've cut the corner sort of. And again, drawing around to create that lovely sort of aura. Okay. And then in this gap that I've created, I'm going to bring in that little shape there, and then some little dots around. Get a little bit bigger if you can see, on either side. And then I'm going to fill in with some ink there. Okay, so far so good. That's our first bit done. So I'm going to go to the opposite corner now and do something similar. Now you can choose which way you start, it's absolutely fine. And doesn't mean any different, it's just creating a shape. But I do want them almost to touch. So there we go. This time, see, that one's got a little bit bigger. But I'm not trying to repeat them, so that's fine. And then here's that aura. So if I take it all the way around, see, this sometimes could feel a little bit awkward, trying to draw it without moving your tile, okay? So you're going to do what's comfortable for you and bring it, that shape around and down. Okay, so again, I'm going to put that aura shape in there, and let's have some bubbles fill in there, and then here little dots just to sort of give it a bit of interest. And then as before, I'm coming in to fill it in with a bit of ink. Okay, that's that one done. And same on the other side. So you can actually do the inking afterwards, but I think sometimes when you've got a design that starts to get a little bit sort of not confusing but a little bit busy, it's nice to keep on track with what you're doing and where it is. So filling those bits in as we go, it makes it a little bit easier. There we go. So there it is, see that bit there, and put those bubbles in. And again, a bit of a pen. There we go. Oh, and I did think I was getting somewhere with the go from the opposite corners now. The fly business, I have been doing little bursts of fly noises with Benji, and it was fine until we got a wasp in the utility room not long ago, which is why he's attached to my leg. He doesn't want to go anywhere because it scared him a bit. So back to the drawing board a little bit, I think. So it'll be easy it off a bit, and then we'll try again and see if we can help him a bit more. He actually got stung by a wasp, and it really scares him. So anything that makes a noise, like a buzzing noise, just really affects him. We talked about it the other week, I know, so he is getting a little bit better. Just still can't cope with a wasp. Can't blame him. Okay. Oh, there we go. So let's do another one. Oh, that is a good point, yes, Rose. I noticed that you're all you're putting numbers on and things. I think you're all thinking you want to move in. I think prices for Lockett Lane houses has now gone through the roof. But I must admit, the designs that you're all doing and you're coming up with are absolutely fabulous. Absolutely. Really, really pleased with what you're doing. I think it's great. Oh, there you go. All right, there's that one then. Let's turn it round. And here we go. I'm going to come back round. Let's have a look. Let's go into this one. You notice now I'm actually coming in and doing it all in one go, but please don't think you have to do that. You're absolutely fine to do it in sections. So don't try and keep up and do it the same. It's completely up to you how you draw it. Okay, there it is. And then again, let's put that one in there. And some little dots. we go. And just as before, let's get my pen out again. I'm going to fill those areas in. There we are. Oh, it helps if I put the lid in the right place. There we go. And let's do another one. And that one this time is going to go underneath. There we go. And it's just as before. Let's have that aura shape in there. There we go. And I can probably do that with a pen. It's quite small. There we go. See, that makes it a little bit clearer now. We can see what we've got going on there. All right. So far, so good then. I'm quite happy with that. So let's go in a little bit more. Let's have a look at what we've got going on here. And down one of the sides. It doesn't matter which. You can do the left or the right. It's absolutely fine. And I want to start at the top with a bubble. And then work my way down, each bubble getting a little bit smaller all the way to the bottom. And then any little gaps, fill in with ink. And around again. And finally, let's say, see, that's a little bit high up there, but I'm still going to put a couple of bubbles in that way just to sort of work it out. And then along we go, getting smaller until we run out of space. Like the next one. So see, that's quite small, but that's okay. Let's go a little bit bigger here and then start to take it smaller again as we go. All right. Oh, Joanne. Now, is it? It is a similar vibe. Let's put it that way. And you'll get a sneak peek of a bit of it tomorrow on Sewing Street. I'm taking Locket Lane back onto Sewing Street, but it's for sewing, so it's slightly different. And then the new one that I'll be showing on there is actually then going to go on to Hobby Maker on Monday. Again, it's going to be slightly different. I don't want to say much more than that. I don't want to spoil it. Okay, so far so good. So at the end, bottom here, I'm going to add in a little loop shape. And let's put a couple of little flicks in there. Just in each one. And again. So it's going to be a busy few days. I know we've got quite a few bits going on, so it's going to be good. Okay. So let's have a look at a couple of these little gaps now. Looking at sort of here, let's I'm going to come out and create a little sort of leaf shape. See? And then I'm going to work along, back and forth. See there, it's going to go underneath and fill them in. Okay. The bit in the middle, I'm going to put in some little stripes and then fill in each like that. There you go, every other one fill in. So let's do another one. See, and these are going to sort of be all behind each other, so you're not always going to get the bottom section. So there we are. So again, see, it's going down there into the bottom. Let's do another one there. You can have them as wide or as narrow as you like, really. Depends how many you want to put in. And then there we go with our little stripes again. And fill in those sections as we go. Okay. So I'll do a few of those around the place. So here we go. Let's get one in there. Maybe you want to draw them all first. So put another one in. So you've got the idea of where they're all going to go. You can put as many or as few as you like, and of course you can make them different sizes if you want to. So let's put another one there. And then one in there. See, sort of hiding it off. So lines then coming in. And again, if you want to do all the lines and then come back and do all the stripes, depends how you work and what makes you more comfortable. And sort of fill them in. See, I'm slightly curving my lines and working my way around and following it along. Again, little stripe down the centre there. Same with this one. So, in we go with that. And this one, see, because I've got the whole sort of piece in, I can go back and forth. I kind of like doing that because it gives it a little bit more variation. Because I'm not trying to do a sort of a samey, symmetrical piece there. And there we go, into those. So it's starting to take shape, isn't it? What do we think of the new tile? We like the colour? It's quite earthy kind of colour, isn't it? We've revamped a few bits and pieces, so it's kind of nice to work with. Got a little bit of a texture to it. Bit upmarket, this one. There we go. See, in we go with those, and then putting those stripes in. You could put stripes in every other one as well if you wanted, or you could fill this with bubbles instead. But we've got bubbles already, so I'm going to do that. That wasn't me snoring, by the way. That was Benji. We're all settled. Okay. And into that one. Oh, Rose, how many new colours now? That would be that would be telling. There are we've changed our paper supplier, and so we've looked at slightly, rather than actually lots of different colours, we've looked at different textures. So we've got 3 new types. We've got a lighter range where the cardstock's a little bit lighter. So if you were putting them into journals and things like that, you're not going to find that your books are going to bulge, because it's a little bit more lightweight in that sense. And then we've got our regular, which is a new set of colours completely. And then we've got our elite set, which is it's not quite white, but it's not quite cream. And there's a seriously pure black in there. So nice. There we go. Yeah, this is one of the what we're going to call the regular set. So it's a nice colour, isn't it? Okay, remember these that we did in the middle here? What I'm going to do is I'm going to come around the edge and I'm going to draw some more of them, but I'm going to do them smaller. See, let me go in a bit bigger now. You can see what I'm doing. So here we go. It's going to go underneath it. Still doing that same shape, but smaller. Okay. So they are coming on Monday. Yes, they are due in the 5 o'clock show, I think, because I've got some. I've taken some books in. And there's a completely new theme of something on the first show, and the second show is the new stencil, and the third show is the tiles. Yeah. So I'm a little bit in sewing street mode, because of course it's tomorrow, so I'm prepping for that first. So really exciting, really enjoying creating them actually. So hope you like what we've done this time. That would be right. Okay, see, so I'm not particularly trying to create the same pattern or have each side the same. Let's have a look at this. Maureen, you're having a sneak peek now. With this. This is a sneak peek. But I'm gonna save everything else. I think actually they've had some photographs and things, so it'll be, if you get their emails, you'll get a sneak peek from their emails. Okay, see into this one. Now I don't think you've got to keep up with me. I am quite quick at these when I get going, and they sort of start to flow off the tongue, so to speak. Let's do another one here. Let's keep them narrow. Working along, and then let's have one in here. There we go. Maybe one there. I did notice, Lynn. Thought you were being very good today, very restrained. All right. Oh, hello, Leslie. I know, I could do with a cup of tea. I'm not going to get one today. I can't even get up off the sofa. I've got Benji so tightly attached to me. We had a bit of an incident with a wasp, Leslie, in the utility room. There's Benji. He's suffering now, he says. He needs a bit of comfort. Okay, notice I'm filling in any gaps in the centre there with my pen. I can come in and neaten it up if I need to after with my fine liner. And there, see, it just sort of follows on. I'm gonna go all the way down. And along we go. Oh, Leslie, he's fine. He is. I think he just all that work we've tried to do, getting him used to the buzzing noise, and then suddenly he went feral. Oh dear me. So that was interesting, trying to prep for a tile, and fabrics all over the place, and Benji trying to crawl up the wall. Oh dear. It's all calm now though. Seth's not even noticed. Seth doesn't care. There he goes. Oh, all right. So we've got that kind of thing going off. Let's have a look now. I think actually pencil first, just a regular pencil, and tortillon at the ready. So in my sort of larger areas here, it's always nice to bring a little bit of a highlight in. Let's go in a bit more there. And again, don't worry about where it is or what side it is. It's just add a little bit. Okay. These, only if they're a little bit bigger. If they're really small, I wouldn't really worry about it. You're going to have enough on your tortillon to add a bit if you really want to. Okay. Then you see where you've got these crossing over, you want to be putting some there. Down my bubbles. And a little bit either side of that. So while I'm here, let's go top and bottom of those. I'm not going to put any in the middle there though. I'm going to leave that and have it in those areas. So top and tail there. Let's do that one. And work my way around. Adding some in. See that one there where it goes? I'm going to come over there. Actually, might go all the way down those. I'll come back and do those after. See, in there. And then here, what have we got? Top and bottom of that. And then, let's have a look. That's not crossing, so I don't need any there. But I can still come down the edge of that and put some in there. So here, again, let's go across there. Top and bottom. Do that, not put them. See, top and bottom. And then this one. And see, that one goes underneath there, so I'm going to add some there, go down my bubbles. Put some more bubbles there. At top and bottom of that one. And then around there. So I'm not being too particular. Oh, Rosie's fine. He was at class at the weekend. not doing much work, just hovering. His friend Donkey came on Saturday, so he sat there all day basically. But he's fine. He's wanted me to make him a pair of shorts, so he's sort of sat there waiting for that. He's picking fabrics. He's gone through all my stash and he's picked some fabrics out. So you can imagine the state of the my craft room. Just been in it. Okay. So I can always come back and add some more if I need to, but let's start in the middle and very gently gonna work my way over there. Very softly. See? And then we can work that round, creating that little shape there. Oh, Sue, yes, there are some places still for Stoke. We've got a good number, which is why we're happy to say it's going ahead. Sadly, I'm sure you've all seen the post. We had to make the decision to cancel Scotland. It was very disappointing, and John and I have been very upset about it. But we had to. We couldn't do anything else, and we wanted to give everybody the opportunity to be able to cancel things if they needed to. So yeah, but Stoke's going ahead. But yeah, there are still some spaces. There's plenty of room in there, so we can get a few more. We've just got to sort out numbers to caterers now, because of course we can't cater ourselves on the day. So I'm hoping to get numbers together by Monday to be able to send that out. So yeah, if you want to come along to Stoke, there's still tickets there. They're on the website. So sadly, at Scotland, we're unable to do it at the minute. So maybe next time. Okay, working my way around. Rose, no, he doesn't want Speedos. Although I don't think he quite knows what they are. And Sue, really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I know that there are people disappointed, but we've had to do it. We can't run it at a loss, I'm afraid. So not even breaking even. So never mind. Okay. You see, working my way around these sort of spaces. Sam, I was thinking about it. I've got something else that's coming up-ish that I can't sort of say about yet, but there's certainly something else coming with the summer that I've been mentioning. So, okay, let's have a little look at that. Okay, not so bad. It looks quite nice, doesn't it, when you look at it that way? But I think we can do a bit more. We want to get that white pencil in and start adding a little bit to it. So looking at my original shapes, let's look in there. You see? And in and along. Look at the difference that white makes. It's crazy, isn't it? I'm going to add some just to the middle of these. I'm not going to do the inside yet. Just the outside sections like that. There we are. Okay, not forgetting those. I'm going to sort of zoom in a bit so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so you can see I'm not putting a huge amount on, and I'm not trying to colour it in. It's more like the graphite, it's an application. So you can do that. Okay, so far so good. All right, let's get the tortillon in and have a look at this then. Just going to, being that I've got a rubber, you see I've got the ends of there, just going to clean it off a little bit. My nail file's not too close to me, so this is the next best thing. And ever so gently, it's going to look a little bit grey here, but that's okay. I'm going to soften those pencil lines off. down there and along. Okay, sort of just gently touching it, not trying to do anything too crazy there, just working it along. See, there you go. A little bit. You can always go back in and add another layer if you want to. See? Okay. So looking at these little dots here as well, I'm going to come in with my black pen again. I'm going to use my brush pen, but again, you can use your regular for this. I want to have a little bit of depth there. You notice it's quite dark in the centre, and then as it works its way out, it gets a little bit lighter. So just fill those in. Okay. And back in with my white pencil. And let's have a look. What I want to do with it is gonna just bring in another layer of white in there, and then on these bubbles, just the top ones, you know, where it's a little bit bigger, you can add a touch of whiteness there too, not much. Okay, and then white gel pen. Again, you always sort of have to test that these work. Once you get a good one and you get it flowing, it's fine. I'm going to work it up and through those shapes. Okay, I am coming back to those in a little bit, so I'm not going to just leave them with that white stripe in there. But I'm just going to work my way over the shapes there. Oh, see, I need to put some shade down there as well. I knew there was going to be one that I'd missed. Always is. Okay. So let's bring my regular pencil back in, and whilst I'm thinking about it, let's do that little bit of shadow there. You see, I'm going to go back in now and add pencil over the top of that white, all the way through in the middle there. Okay, add in another layer. Okay. So don't be shy with your pencil here, you know, put some on, it'll be fine. And there we go, brush it out a little bit. Now I'm going to go across the top and add a bit as well, because it's just going to ease off the brightness of that white gel pen. We want to see it, but we don't want it to be the first thing that you see. You see, it's softening it off there. So I've not put one in the back, it's too dark. Okay, alright, let's have a look at that. Okay, look at the difference see that white makes, but I didn't want it too white at the top and the bottom there. So that's looking pretty good. Just going to bring that white gel pen back in, and I want to add a little dot of white to those black ones. Let's just go up a bit, there you go. Only if they're big enough. They're too small, don't worry about it. And on those ones. Okay, see they're way too small. Yeah, a tiny bit, but don't worry about that one. And then in my middle, where I've got this sort of darkness there, now let's just have a look at that little bit there. You see when we said with a brush pen sometimes, see here it's a little bit wide. I'm going to come in and clean it up a little bit. There we go. Okay, that'll dry to the same colour there. And let's have a look. I want some little dots in this little bit of space. So imagine it to be sort of like a little galaxy of stars in there. So it's sort of breaking out from that darkness in the middle there. So you see different sizes, and we're not trying to sort of have loads in there. I just want a few. Let's have a little bit there. Okay, let's have a little look at that. All right, so I'm just going to bring my regular pen back in just for a moment. And where we've got these shapes that we started with, okay, I'm going to go in a bit. We can draw that back in again, just along that aura, just as far as it needs to separate this from this. So see there, do with a bit of shading there. See, there's plenty on the tortillon to do that. Then come round and add a little bit of pen there. See this one too, where it goes over that one. But the thing is, the trick is not to draw all of it in again, just a section of it. Let's do some of those little bubbles there. So here, look where it goes over, just a little bit. And here, where this goes over here, just down to those little leaves. And then this one, from here down to here. And up and along. Done that one, okay? So let's have a little look. And there it is. A little bit different today, a little bit unusual. But it's always nice, isn't it, to do that and not to worry about is it going to look right or not. So working that way around those little bits. So there it is. There's our tile for the day, number 346. Goodness me, 346. Another 2 weeks, it's 350. Gosh. Can I just say how fabulous as well? Leslie and I noticed that we'd hit 6,000 viewers on Sanntangle Group. How brilliant is that? So thank you for that, everybody. And thank you for being so nice and polite and making everybody feel welcome. And just before we finish, if I just zoom out a little bit, oh, there's my rubber look, just to sort of give you a view of how close Benji is. There he is, look. There he is. Benji! Benji, say hello. It's like, no, he's sleeping. He's not moved. He's that close to me, I can't move. So, oh, there you go. Little bit of movement. Oh, he's had a traumatic day, so yeah. Oh, Rose, could you imagine 6,000 tile swap? What actually would be nice, just sort of mentioning with the tile swap, is we've been sort of settling on about 80 people. What would be really, really nice is if we could actually go over the 100 this time. Please don't be anxious about it. Don't worry about whether it or not it's good enough. Just have a look at the tile, watch the video and have a go. And that's what it's all about, is having a go and then sending it in and putting it together. It's lovely. So, okay, that's my spiel over. If you're around tomorrow, unless you're out in the sun, I'm on Sewing Street in the morning at 10 and 12. And then, of course, Monday afternoon, Bank Holiday Monday, I'll be there on Hobby Maker as well. So have a good one, everybody. Have a lovely weekend. Enjoy the weather. And I will see you again for our next tile, just as usual, on Tuesday afternoon. So, okay, have good fun and I will see you soon.